construction industry is a major contributor to the economic development of Vietnam. Today, our team will help you to have a closer look into this intriguing industry. In the past 2 weeks, our team has been at the Constrexim CDC Hanoi to learn about the company's current situations and the difficulties that the company is facing. We had a chance to talk to the CEO and some workers to have a broader look into the company and the construction industry in general. From here, various models and methods have been developed to detect main problems, figure out big ideas, and calculate the cost of the problem and the solution. In the first section, we will provide you with some basic information. The first part is executive summary. Constrexim CDC Hanoi Joint Stock Company is a member company of Constrexim Construction Investment Joint Stock Company, Conrix Holding. Some of the main areas of activities are architecture activities and technical consultancy, construction activities, and commercial activities. During 10 years of development, the company has participated in the design and construction of many projects and are highly appreciated by investors and partners such as Tâm Anh Hospital, Phúc Lợi High School, Long Biên District Medical Center. Despite its success, the company still had a number of problems with their construction project. Our research has as its motto, money now, least risk, least effort, and these 3 criteria have developed a solution that is cost-effective, quick in return, that have the company manage construction project more effectively and save more than about $60,000 per project. The second part is Ishikawa diagram. After conducting interviews, touring the office and the construction site, gathering data, we have come to the conclusion that the inefficient management on the construction site is the biggest problem, including the management of equipment and material on site, workers, and safety. The cost of inefficient materials will cost roughly 1 billion Vietnam dong. Equipment inefficiency costs 500 million Vietnam dong. If building site workers don't follow instruction, they risk causing errors that cost the company 50 million Vietnam dong. There have been a few minor accidents on building sites which cost about 15 million Vietnam dong. In conclusion, the inefficiency in managing methods on construction site can potentially lead to the loss of $69,000 in total, as we have weighed and calculated the cost of each factor. First, we have material management. The first and most pressing problem is the management of material on construction site. The issues arise when the construction site manager team work on the material quantity planning and estimation. The site manager frequently places an order that is larger than anticipated because they want the materials to always be redundant and available on the site, which can cause deterioration in material quality during long storage or stolen situations. The workers' carelessness when handling the items is another problem with material management on construction sites. The second problem is equipment management. On the company construction sites, it can be seen that the equipment is not used effectively. Workers at construction sites frequently operate the device without a clear plan or guidance. They let the machine run excessively and leave them waiting. Additionally, the cost of fuel and energy will go up. The second issue is the lack of frequent maintenance for machines. In addition, equipment that is malfunctioning and is not there when it needs to be will affect the progress of the whole project. The third problem is personnel management. About supervisors. Although Constrexim CDC Hanoi has built up a team of supervisors, however, the absence of some supervisor at the construction site often occurs. The second problem is about the inspection and supervision process. Most supervisors still do not follow the process, jump, neglect in supervision. During the construction process, at the construction site, there are still many cases where construction supervision or worker do not detect in time. Construction supervision work independently, not in close coordination with a related party. For Constrexim CDC, this problem is facing many inadequacies because of the independent work, not closely between workers and supervisors and contractors. About workers, low working morale, long working hours, rest time have a little effect on the health and morale of employees. The construction industry is a very specific industry with difficult working conditions. Irresponsible. Most workers still do not have the sense of implementing safety measures in accordance with regulations. Although the company has guidelines sent directly to workers before the construction work, most workers still work according to the habits and instincts, ignoring the processes. The final problem is safety management. Minor accidents. Thanks to many standards and safety precautions to help prevent injuries, there have been no deaths in Constrexim sites. However, there have still been minor injuries. No strict policies. The problem is a lack of clarity in the reward and punishment policy. This leads to the irresponsibility of each worker for his own safety. Poor safety awareness. The third barrier component is poor safety awareness. Three barriers are found in this component: lack of professional training and no comprehensive safety rules.
About the decision-making matrix. We use the decision-making matrix to evaluate the importance level of solutions based on three criteria: money, least risk, and least effort, with points 10, 9, and 8 respectively. The budget for routine maintenance is $5,000. We suggest the company has small training sections and the cost is $2,000. It is also a great idea to have a reward fund that costs $1,500. Another important thing is that they need to empower 4 people to manage 4 fundamental sections: material, equipment, personnel, and safety. It only takes time. By summing up all the points, we can evaluate the priority level of solving problems. About the standard operating procedure, the first one is existing SOP. The flowchart below illustrates the standard operating procedure that Constrexim CDC Hanoi is applying. The second one is proposing SOP. In the proposing standard operating procedure, we suggest 3 main changes. We intend to focus on minimizing the time for legal procedures and acceptance work. First of all, we have recommended the company to arrange as much legal-related work as possible to deal with it at the same time, with the purpose of reducing costs and time. Secondly, we detect the acceptance work, which always delays the whole process for at least 3 days. We estimate that the time for the whole project could be reduced by 15 days. Last but not least, we suggest launching the Next up is organization chart and organization grid. The first one will be organization chart. This is the organization chart of Constrexim CDC. The chairman of Conric Holdings is Mr. Nguyễn Hoài Đức. Constrexim CDC Hanoi is led by the CEO, Mr. Hồ Hải Trung, followed by the managers of different departments. The second one is organization grid. For the organization grid, we focus on the departments that are directly in charge of the construction site. About the executive dashboard, we developed an executive dashboard with key KPIs for 4 crucial variables so the business could manage construction projects more effectively and determine whether a task is on track. In addition, there are 2 charts that show the average time for each stage of a construction project, including opportunity seeking, preparation, construction, project closure, and the cost ratio for 4 problems. Next up is a solution. After detecting the problems, we are thinking of changing the steps of the existing SOP to make them more specific. Firstly, we suggest the company should have a centralized management team for X sections: safety, personnel, equipment, and material. Secondly, we propose using a machine management system to heal the process while to limit the danger at site. Using the construction equipment machine management software, keep track of the equipment machine utilization ratio, set time aside for inspections and maintenance, knows the equipment's limits, build a system for handling equipment requests and returns. Managers will be responsible for recording workers' opinions. Management information system. The company will provide a fingerprint attendance device every day on site. The construction site will have increased supervision and security cameras. Thirdly, we would like to provide workers with adequate knowledge about risk and safety by inviting safety professionals to train them. The final solution, we also mention the reward and punishment policies to workers. This can be a motivation boosting people to be more aware of their task and work better. We have had such a great experience learning more about the fascinating construction industry together, applying all the models and theories we have studied in school, and helping a company with its issues. We also want to express our gratitude to the CEO and staff of the company for their time they took to fill us in one more information. We gave Mr. Hồ Hải Trung, the CEO, a presentation of our findings. Even though there are still some shortcomings with our research, he said he was very glad that we were able to learn about the construction industry in such a short time and pay attention to very small details that many people frequently overlook. We also appreciate all the models and solutions we have proposed for the company. This completes the investigation into Constrexim CDC Hanoi by our team. Thank you very much for listening.